students, welcome to Virtual Training Center Dadar. I am Mrs. Akshata Kale and today we will learn Environmental Studies Part 1 of Standard 5 and the name of the lesson is Environmental Balance. Students, we as a human being are a social animal, right? We live in society. We have some basic needs like food, water, shelter and clothing. And all our basic needs are fulfilled in our environment. So, I hope you got the meaning of the environment, right? If yes, then it is good. And if no, then we will learn about the environment in this lesson in detail. Students, today we are going to visit some of the places and we are going to study the nature of that place. Okay, we will observe the living things and other factors in that place. Okay, now we will make a list of our visits. See, we will visit riverside, then we will move to underwater, then we will visit forest area and then to desert area. Okay, you have to carry your notebooks so that you can note down the things we see over there. Come on, we will move. Come on, follow me. Students, this is our first place, that is riverside. Okay, we can see here river is flowing. Because of that, so many animals we can see. Because water is our life. All living things need water. This is our basic need, isn't it? So, we can see here, so big plants and trees we can see, shrubs we can see, grass, different flowering plants, correct? Creepers we can see, like these different types of plants, and like that we can see the different animals like elephant, tiger, lion, then buffalo is there, zebra is there, and giraffe, deers are there, correct? And some birds also we can see. They came to catch the fish. And some other birds we can see here. And some small insects also we can see like butterfly and other insects. And here we can see the frog. Yes, dear students, here we can see variety in living things. Correct? So this is called as biodiversity at riverside. Here we can see different living things in a one place. Got this? Now we will move to our second place, that is underwater. Yes, this is underwater. Correct? Now here we can see so many plants that grow under the water. It is called as aquatic plants. We can see fish of different shapes and different sizes. We can see turtles, tortoises, sea anemone, shells, octopus. Yes, these are all animals. They live in water. Correct? This is called biodiversity underwater. Means here we can see variety in living things that belong to the underwater area. Got this? If we take the fish on the land, it will die. Isn't it? These plants and these animals, they are particular to live under the water. Yes, dear students, now we are in forest area, correct? So much greenery is there. So big trees and shrubs are there and so thick forest we can see here. Here we can see different animals. Mostly they are wild animals. See here we can see elephants, giraffes, lion, deers, like these animals. And also we can see some birds, correct? And some insects, small insects, see there. And of course, different types of birds, butterflies, and all these we can see. Here this is called as biodiversity in forest area. Here also we can see different living things. They are seen particularly in the forest area. Because this climate and this place is favorable for them and this place satisfies all the needs of these animals. How we have the basic needs like that, animals and birds too have some basic needs like food, water and shelters. And all these basic needs are fulfilled in this area, so they live in this area. Yes, dear students, now we are in desert. You can see here camels. They are moving from one place to another. And here some special plants are there. They are specific for this area. Means to the desert area where we find very less water. These are called cactus plants. Okay, and different insects we can see in deserts. For the students, this is the biodiversity in desert. Here also we can see sun, wind, light, sand, etc. Correct? All of you have noted the things? Yes. The variety we see in all the living things that belong to a particular area is called the biodiversity of that place. I hope with all these examples you understand the meaning of the biodiversity. Means here we visited 4 different places, isn't it? We saw the different types of living things in different places. Camel in the desert area, fish inside the water, and wild animals in the forest, and different living beings in the riverside. Correct? So, here variety we saw, that is called as the biodiversity of that place. Got this? Dear students, we came to know about the biodiversity, isn't it? But to study this means the biodiversity of a place, many scientists make a large number of observations. They make these observations in different conditions such as day and night, in different seasons like summer, winter, rainy, etc. They use special devices to make observations of living things that are found at great heights or depths, as well as of microorganisms. You can see in this picture how hard they are working. Observations of many scientists are brought together and studied again. Only when all such efforts are made over a long period of time can we be sure of the biodiversity of a place. Got this? The environment. Yes, dear students, first we will read the meaning of environment. The surroundings and the conditions in those surroundings which affect the life of the organisms there are together known as their environment. Yes, we visited 4 different places and we studied the environment too. Okay, we will see which are the different things that include the environment. Environment includes many components such as sunlight, water, air, plants, soil, and animals. Got this to us? We visited 4 places, isn't it? Now we saw everything over there. Correct? We saw the sunlight, we saw water, we felt the air, we saw the soil, plants were there and animals too were there. All together it makes our environment. Here sunlight, water, soil and air are non-living things, are called as abiotic factors or non-living things, and plants and animals, they are living things. Okay, remember these components. Just now we came about living and non-living things, isn't it? Okay, living and non-living things are dependent on each other. There is a lot of give and take or interaction between them. Means between living and living, between non-living and living, like this. Okay. So we will study about this in detail in the next part. Okay. Thank you students. Students, in vacations you mostly visit your village, right? If any river or forest is nearby to your village, then try to visit that and try to study the biodiversity of that place. Okay? Take care of yourself and stay safe. Bye bye.